I was recently going through some emails and I was looking at projects that I was working on, clients that I was working with, colleagues that I was corresponding with. And I was astounded at how long I had been working on some projects. Now, this is not unusual for me. I might be working on something and get lost in it, lost in the detail, and weeks can go by, months can go by. But frankly, I was surprised to see that 2 years had gone by in one particular area, and I had been consistently working on something, and now we're at a point where it is nice and it's moving nicely, and the project is moving nicely, and we have great contacts in the category, and we're doing really well in this area. But I was surprised to see that it was well over 2 years of diligence and projects and detail that I had been working on. You know, you hear a lot about the quick successes and how someone came up with an idea and it blossomed and things really happened rather quickly. And certainly that does happen. But not enough attention is given to the diligence required on any given project, in any given career, with any given company, and how it's about working on things step by step over time. The impact of working with something over time and making an adjustment here, writing a proposal here, writing a document here, having a meeting here, trying something in a particular direction here, it's cumulative, and the impact is enormous. And if you're doing it right, you're not anxious about getting to a certain place all the time. Certainly you want it to produce, you want it to be successful, but there's nothing like commitment over time, diligence to make something work. I don't want you to rob yourself of that joy, because of the impact that can come when you really focus on something. It's really gratifying. It's really gratifying to look back and to say, you know, I had this idea about a product, this idea about a business category, an idea about something I wanted to do, and I started to chip away at it, and now 2 years later, look at the progress we've made in this area. Everybody who does something, you know, they start that way. They start by serving one family, serving one person, serving one client, serving one audience, and then that expands and expands and expands. So what are you willing to be diligent with? What are you willing to focus on? Are you willing to focus on one thing for the next year, for the next 18 months, for the next 2 years? Are you willing to focus on accomplishing one major thing that will make a difference in your career or business? If you can develop that level of commitment and focus, even in the midst of having to do other things, I mean, it's not like over this 2-year period I haven't had other things that I've had to do and I haven't been doing them. I've had to do them. But in the midst of a 2-year period, what I noticed after looking at these emails, I could see the progression of activity, the progression of progress, the progression of impact, the progression of successes, and how I was able to start with an idea and progressively make that idea come alive by working at it and working at it and working at it and working at it and working at it. Work at it without anxiety, without frustration, without fear. Work at it with joy. Work at it with the idea that, you know, what I'm working on is for me. I remember someone used to always say that to me. I would talk about how busy I was and how the things I was doing and how complex they were and the stressors and so forth. And he would say, but you're doing it for yourself. You know, everything you're doing is yours, and you're creating something that is of value. So whatever you're working on, even if you don't own the company, you own the project, and you can look back and say, wow, look at what I did over this period of time. I was talking with a fellow the other day, and he was telling me that he had been working on something, I think he said 20 years, some particular thing. For 20 years he had been working on it. And I jokingly said to him, well, there was no rush, was there? But, it's taken him that long to move things in a way and develop a level of understanding and become skilled in a particular area so that he could make what is currently happening happen. So don't underestimate diligence, the importance of diligence. You want to be able to look back and say, I devoted this time, this energy, this effort, and it wasn't always easy. It was not without its struggles. It was not without its setbacks. It was not without its detours. But I was able to accomplish something because I stuck with it. I stuck with it. Someone told me a long time ago, and I asked him what was the secret to his success. And he said to me, I've been around. I've been around in this market for quite a while. And as you keep knocking on doors in a particular market, you meet people, you uncover opportunities, people begin to know you, you get people send you opportunities, and things begin to blossom for you. So be diligent and be committed, and recognize that out of that diligence will come something that you'll be very proud of. If you like this tip, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you enjoyed it. Share it with someone that you think will benefit from hearing this. Make sure you subscribe to my channel because I have a lot more coming, and I will see you next time.